out on the water.
Right now, Gary.
I'm giving birth to Trashy.
Oh, it's Trashy. And who's Trashy?
2 years ago, James and Rachel gave me a sourdough starter kit because I want to make sourdough on a boat. And I thought, oh, today's a good morning to start it in Shark Bay. So I went online, got all the information, got the ingredients together and the scales out, carefully weighed out 50 grams of self-raising flour. And we'll come back to that. Mixed it together with the sourdough starter, the yeasty bit, and then I read more of the instructions and it said to use plain flour. Oh my God, and I'd used self-raising.
And I'd gone out and bought you 2 bags, 1 kilo of
self-raising. And self-raising is fine for when you're making the bread, the dough.
From scratch. Oh.
But when you're making the starter, you're supposed to use plain flour.
Oh, okay.
So that is what I did. And then I thought, oh my God, I've used self-raising. So I got it and I tipped it in the bin, thinking I'm going to chuck that away and I'm going to replace it with plain flour. But then I remembered, after I put it in the bin, that the sourdough starter had already been mixed into the self-raising flour. So the whole lot went in the trash.
Oh, no.
Hence the name Trashy. And I spent the next 15 minutes, guess what? Fishing Trashy out of the bin. Carefully removing the coffee grounds and the corn chip crumbs from 2 days ago. And I ended up with half a sourdough mix. Starter mix. And what I'm doing now is I'm gently caressing Trashy back to life. And then I'll place her in the purpose-built jar.
Okay.
On top of the heat packs. And we will pray to the God of sourdough for success over the next coming days, I expect.
You expect that we will have a nice sourdough loaf.
That although we've got half the mother, that she will double in size in the coming days, just like me on a fat food diet.
So if we feed her well, she should be right.
I think if we feed her well, she will be right. And with a name like Trashy, she will survive any event that's placed in front of her.
Okay.
All this is happening while it's blowing a nice 25 knots outside from the east in Shark Bay.
After days of not having enough wind to get here.
After days of not having enough wind and a small tear in the mainsail, so we had to use double reefed to get here. So that's another story.
For another time. Signing off now.
Goodbye.
All right now, Gary. Good morning.
Okay guys, the sourdough story continues. So after yesterday, and Heather and I had spent many a worrisome hours thinking about whether or not Trashy would survive. And guess what? We woke up this morning and Trashy had gone through a gender identity issues. The poor darling doesn't want to be called Trashy any longer. Now wants to be known as Ruby. So let me introduce you to Ruby.
Ooh, she's looking good.
Ruby, true to form, doubled her size from yesterday until today, which pleased both Heather and I enormously. So this morning I mixed her up and I fed her. And since we fed her, you can see the growth from the rubber band in just a couple of hours. So we're well and truly on the way with the mother, sourdough mother. And it's survived the rubbish bin ordeal, been through the gender identity crisis, and is now known more affectionately as Ruby from the rubbish bin.
And what's next?
So Ruby from the rubbish bin will sit quietly on the corner in our saloon, gently bubbling away until tomorrow, when I expect there should be enough for me to chop her in half, 50 grams of sourdough, and make our first loaf over the course of tomorrow. I'll feed Ruby again tomorrow and she should fill the jar. So the long and story of it is Trashy survived. Now's known as Ruby. Ruby's been fed for the day and all's well on the sailing vessel Boardroom.
Which is very good news because the last bit of bread. purchased from the shops is now gone.
Yeah, we bought a loaf of bread from the Geraldton bakery, and it was really nice bread, it was, but they used far less preservative than Woolworths, so it had a really bad case of mould on it.
2 days only.
2 days, yeah, so half of it I had to throw out this morning.
So we have to use wraps until Ruby's...
We'll be using wraps, but wraps are good for you, so. And then Ruby will
take over, hopefully.
Yes, yeah.
And we will have...
I have great confidence in our abilities to bake bread.
It's your abilities, not my abilities.
Yes, yeah, well, yeah. We'll give it a good crack anyway. Let's hope it's not that heavy we can use it as a boat mooring. But it should be yummy.
Okay, stay tuned for the...
Part 3. The what is it?
The Life of Ruby.
But it's the resurrection of Ruby. Ruby's resurrection from the rubbish bin. Right. See ya.
Oh, good morning. How are we?
Well, she don't like the cold weather much.
Oh, why? What's happening?
I think they go dormant in the colder weather. So you feed them, and she gets all fat. And then overnight, she gets all skinny again. And we've got the little thermometer thing, and it dropped down into like 20 degrees, which is optimum's between 23 and 28, and she was down to like 22. So she certainly had a hard start in life.
So let's recap. What's the process and what's supposed to happen with Ruby next?
Well, this will be the last time I feed her. So after this, hopefully tomorrow, she'll have enough volume for me to harvest it and then make dough.
Okay, so when you say harvest it, what does that look like, or what does that mean?
Well, it means there'll be enough mother for me to take out what we want and use it in dough to make bread, because that's getting pretty full now, and when this rises it will rise up to the top. I'm hoping that the more there is, the greater the heat it creates. I don't know if it works that way, but so I'm hoping, and then yeah, she should be right after that. But we need warmer weather too. Because this stuff you can, once you've made it and you don't want to use it, you can put it in the fridge to chill it down and slow the yeast down in the fridge. So I think that's what's happening with her when she sits on the shelf over there and it's too cool at night. I think it starts to slow down that yeasty happening stuff.
Okay.
And but anyway, Ruby's a battler, born in the rubbish bin. So I'm sure she'll make it through.
Hi, my name is Ruby.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe it'd be just a different type of bread. What type of bread are you thinking about making?
I thought I'd just make a plain sourdough to begin with. After that I'm going to make a cheese and chives, and then I'm going to make a fruit loaf so I can have fruit loaves toast and butter on it for breakfast, or maybe some honey too.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
I might even put a little bit of honey in one of them to taste it. I'm going to experiment.
Okay. Hopefully the oven on the boat will be...
Or even in the barbecue.
Oh, okay. Not a bad idea.
Because the barbecue gets really hot.
And it's an even temperature compared to the oven. Okay.
Yeah, and then the barbecue, well, yeah, she was hot last night when we cooked that crayfish in it. So, works a treat, that little Baby Q N1200. It's a high dome one with its little temperature gauge in it.
Yes, and those crayfish were good last night.
Anyway, that's it. That's the update on Ruby Rubbish Bin.
Okay, well, it's a wait. We'll leave it at that for now. We'll leave it at that.
Here out on the water, we start again, we learn again. A gift arrived from those we love, a little jar and a note within.
I've done the mixing, I've done the kneading, I've done the proofing, or whatever you call it, the rising, and voila, she's ready to go in the oven.
Oh, look at that. Looking pretty special. Wow.
So all we have to do now is
effort.
put a cut across the top.
Make it look fancy like you get in the shops.
Like that. Put the lid on it. Strange, isn't it? They say to cook it in that. Whack it in our little oven, which we have very little plates that maintain any sort of constant temperature.
And how long will it stay in there for?
I don't know, I have to look at the recipe.
Okay, well, we'll be back to see what the result is.
Shortly.
Bread's coming out of the oven.
Yes, isn't it? Yeah, it's turned off. Gas turned off.
Okay, there we go. No burn. Ooh, looks pretty good. Okay, down. You can take the photo too. Picture perfect.
There you go.
Looks awesome.
She looks like she might be a bit crispy on the bottom.
Maybe a bit crispy on the bottom. Yeah.
We'll give it a spoon test.
Move that pot a bit. Might burn something.
It's a big loaf. That's Ruby's first love child. Ruby's the sourdough mother.
Yes, it looks like maybe it might be a bit crusty, but the bottom there,
That looks good, that side there.
it does. Beautiful. Look forward to trying it with some butter.
Here out on the water, we start again, we learn again. A gift arrived from those we love, a little jar and a note within. James and Rachel sent her our way to sail with us from day to day. And though the journey had a rocky start, she found a place within our hearts. And we're making love